Okay, so get this. I was just in the shower. I was just thinking, and I felt like God put something on my heart. Someone watching this video has been Googling things like, am I eating enough? Am I over-exercising? Should I be eating this? Should I be doing that? And I'm here to tell you tonight, your body is fearfully and wonderfully made. There is no one who can tell you more valuable information about your body than your body. You see, our body is designed, created to give us feedback, right? If you're under eating, you'll know. If you're over exercising, you'll know. Why? Because it will show. There's a basic standard that we can apply to everyone, and that's something like, don't be sedentary, but also don't over exercise. That's based on science. Like, obviously, like, our bodies have been designed and created to move. Physical activity is important. That is scientifically proven. However, the ins and outs of that and what works best for your body and all the very specific details, like, you have to find that out for your body. I could ask anybody, hey, is running 2 miles a day over exercising for me? And the reality is, no one can really tell me that except for me. And I'm gonna be really honest with you. If I ran 2 miles a day on the treadmill or outside, if I ran 2 miles a day every day, that would be over exercising for me. That would not be good for my body. Why? Because my joints would hurt. My body would hurt. But if I were to go ask anybody or go ask Google, hey, is running 2 miles a day bad for me? I'll probably hear things like, no. Because there are a lot of people who run miles a day and they're great. They feel great. And that's the thing. The way you eat, how you move, how you sleep, the way you handle your stress, you'll know if you're doing the right things if you're listening to your body. Since going all in, I've really relearned how to listen to my body in every single aspect. And as I went along this all-in journey and I ate what I wanted, when I wanted, however much I wanted, I started to really get familiar with my hunger and fullness cues. I started to really recognize how each food affected my body. I started realizing what movements were good for my body and what movements actually put my body under stress. I realized, if I had trouble sleeping, if I woke up in the middle of the night, it was usually because I hadn't eaten enough the day before. I started to recognize these things. There was a point in time in my all-in journey, I ate a ton of just like processed foods. I became really free. I don't classify food as good or bad. All foods can and should be included in a healthy diet, right? But I started to realize as I went along this all-in journey, what foods I actually wanted to eat and what foods I didn't. And that wasn't because someone told me what I should be and shouldn't be eating. That was because I started to realize the way certain foods made me feel. Not because of anything I read, because of how I felt. And I started to realize, like, okay, do I really want this right now? There was a point in time that I was eating bags of Flamin' Hot Cheetos. And I remember finishing a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos one time, and I just remember sitting there thinking like, ugh, like not guilty or anything like that, but I just realized like that didn't hit the way it used to. That didn't make me feel good. Now I feel lethargic, or now I feel like kind of swollen. And after eating that, I didn't just completely be like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna eat them again. It was just like I took a mental note in my head. Then I would make decisions going forward based on how I wanted to feel. The whole point of me starting my all-in journey was I want to be my best. That was honestly my desire before my eating disorder, was to be my best. But I realized that I relied on Google, I relied on health influencers, I even relied on scientific data instead of listening to my body. I was eating 3 meals a day. I was checking off the boxes, doing intense HIIT workouts and lifting every day. But other people work out every day. I was checking the boxes, doing everything right. But I realized that there was something unsettling inside of me. Like, there were little physical, mental, and emotional cues that was telling me that something wasn't quite right. My sleep was suffering. I feel like my emotions were getting out of whack. I became anxious, for no reason. I started to get sad for no reason. I lost my period, which is a huge telltale sign. But what I'm realizing, nobody and nothing knows my body better than I do. And it is my job to protect my body. My body is fighting for me. My body does not care what the research says. If a certain food doesn't work for me, like, my body will tell me. A certain way of eating does not work for me, my body will tell me. I will be able to evaluate the mental, emotional, and physical cues that my body is giving me. And I can adjust my lifestyle, my exercise routine, the foods I choose to eat every day based on how I want to feel. You know what? I am gonna stand in the truth that my body has been fearfully and wonderfully made by God, that my body is smart, that I want to work with my body because my body is working for me. My body has my best interest in mind. As you're along this all-in journey, like, it will take a minute for you and your body to be in sync, but the best thing you can do is partner with your body. You know, you might be asking the question, am I under eating? Am I over exercising? Should I be doing this, or should I not be doing this? And honestly, deep down, you know what the answer is. Trust that. If you found this video to be helpful, please give me a thumbs up. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and comments down below. And of course, subscribe by hitting the red button down below. I make videos all the time about food, fitness, and faith. I love you, and I will see you guys next time.